Hi guys, how are you? A few of you are here on this rainy day. Um, I'll just say it now and I'll remind you guys at the end, I will not be here next week. I will be away for a few days, but we're not doing anything crazy today. We're just going to do a regular workout and we're going to have fun doing it. So make sure you have water and let's get started. I just want to put my water away and making sure that you can see me. Let me just turn this a little bit. Okay, so let's stand up nice and tall. I wear the headphones so the class next door, when they start Zumba, I don't start dancing. It keeps me focused. So anyway, but you don't want to see me dance. So anyway, let's stand up nice and tall. Lean your head forward. You're still standing up tall, and all you're doing is just turning your chin up to each side. And then look up and just turn left to right. And then shoulder rolls, bringing your shoulders up and rolling them back. And then arm circles, nice arm circles. Modify at shoulder height if you have pain or discomfort, bringing your shoulders up overhead. And switch direction. And just now swing your arms around your body, get some movement in your torso. And then we're going to do hip circles. We're going to do 5 in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to do 10 hip hinges, which is just pushing your hip back as if you're going to sit in a chair. Everything moves because you're moving your hip first, keeping your knees soft. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And heel taps to the front. We're going to move in all directions. And then we're going to do kickbacks. We're just bringing our heels towards our glutes, rowing our arms. So we're working upper body and lower body warm up, as we always do. And then skaters, one leg behind the other on a diagonal. And then we're going to just step on a diagonal to the front. We're in different sneakers today and they're squeaking on this floor. I don't know if you can hear it. And then both feet together, we're just going to do a little bit of a step jack, moving laterally, bringing your arms up to the side. And before we march it out, I want to do a little bit of hip mobility. So holding on to something, table, chair, wall, just bring your knee up and circle out. I'm not counting these. I'm just going to do a few in each direction and then switch direction now. And knee up, circle your hip and switch direction. And now we're going to march it out. Just keep your arms moving. We should be a little bit warmer. Your heart rate should have gone up a little bit. And now we're going to make these marches higher, opposite hand to knee. And let's do 5 calf raises. Holding on. Sorry, people are sending me messages. So just brings my attention away a little bit. So holding on, we're going to do, if you need to, 5 calf raises. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And are working on our neck, our cervical spine. Stand up nice and tall, looking straight ahead. Just give yourself a little bit of a double chin. We're going to do 10 of those. 1, only thing that's moving is just tucking your chin in. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So before we sit down, let's do our posture check. So standing up nice and tall, feet about hip width apart. You have a plumb line pulling you up. One hand behind your head, the other on your chin. Your chin is parallel. You're going to push your chin back into the hand that's in the back. Your head is on top of your shoulder. Ear over your shoulder, shoulder over your hip, hip over your knee. You have a slight, your belly button's pulled towards your spine, and you're going to keep it that way. And you have a slight hip tilt forward. It's very imperceptible. You're not doing anything to exaggerate the arch in your back. Your ears over your shoulder. Did I do that already? Shoulder over your hip. Yes, I did do that already. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your shoulder blades are pointing towards your back. And let's sit. We're gonna, so you're sitting and you're still paying attention to your posture. Even I'm leaning on the back of the chairs, but I'm still sitting upright, using my core to keep me up. So feet up, we're gonna point and flex for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to circle out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the opposite direction for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And today we're just going to do a regular 10 sit to stand. I'm going to do them sideways. I want you to notice that these are just like our squats. They are actually squats using a chair. So I'm going to start from a seated position. You push off the chair. You could use your arms up and down as a counterbalance. You could cross your arms across your chest, or you could put your arms straight out. The last two are the hardest. I want you to find a focal point, keep your eyes on it so that you're not bending over. My feet are about shoulder width apart. So I want you to, I'm gonna do crossing my arms across the chest. So we're gonna stand and then we're gonna sit. And this is just like doing a squat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And grab your TheraBand I think all of you have a saraband, the ones I've heard, those of you that I've heard from. So we're going to do a seated chest press today. We're going to do it seated, sitting up nice and tall. Core engaged, you're going to put the band around the back of the chair. A little bit low so the band doesn't pop off. Sitting up nice and tall. Hands at chest height, elbows below your hands. You're going to push forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And, I've been working out for, I don't know, over 35 years, and I'm always refining my squat, which is one of the basic exercise in working out. It's basically sitting and standing. So I had a new client the other day, and she was having difficulty with the squats. I used the chair as a guide for her. So I had her pretend that she was going to sit, but she really didn't sit. So we're going to do that. If you want to try it out, if you think that your squat needs work, we're just going to have the chair behind us, and we're going to pretend that we're sitting without really sitting, okay? So you're going to go towards this chair, and you're not going to touch it. I'm going to hold my weights in front of me, doing this as a goblet squat, and we're going to do 10. Use a focal point and keep your eyes on it, and so that you're not bending over. So 1, keep your weight on your heels. 2, your foot should be flat. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do our second set of seated chest press. You get a moment, write me a note, letting me know if you like that way of trying to do your squat or improving your squat. 35 plus years of always improving my squat. So sitting up nice and tall, hands at chest height, elbows below your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And last set of our squats. I'm going to use the chair again as a guide. So stand up nice and tall, keep your head up, using a focal point, hinge back as if you're sitting. 1, 2, I actually touched a chair that time. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do bent over rows. I'm going to use my chair, use the weights. I'm going to bend at my knee, bend forward at my hip, arms out. My shoulders are not up by my ears. My belly button's pulled in. My back is neutral. And I'm going to bring my elbows up and squeeze my shoulder blades together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And with this, we're going to do single leg deadlifts. I'm only going to do one weight today. You can use one or both. Just want to make sure I'm not disappearing. Hopefully I didn't disappear in that last exercise. So I'm just going to turn this a little bit. So standing up nice and tall, and you always come back to this. Your supporting leg, your knees not locked out. It's a little bit soft, and you can go all the way to parallel or at an angle, keeping your body nice and straight. So 1, and it's on the outside leg. 2, next to the weight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And just turn around and switch the weight to the other hand. And let's do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of bent over rows. Bent at the knee, bent at the hip, arms away from you. Roll your arms. Your elbows are close to your body. They're not out here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of single leg deadlifts. Holding on lightly to the chair. You're not holding on for dear life, just lightly to give you stability. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switching to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And even though it's cool in here, the humidity is high, so I'm feeling a little warm. Let's get some water and take a little break. No sitting, keep moving. How are you guys? Thea is away, and I hope everyone is doing well. So the next thing we're going to do, someone else, I don't know. Great, Nora's doing well. That's wonderful. We're going to do bicep curls, overhead press, and marching. So bicep curls, notice my elbows are locked at the side and they are not up here, they're back here. And then I'm going to turn the weight around and do overhead press. So for those of you with shoulder issues, 1 set You're gonna do bicep curls. Judy and Joe in the house. You're gonna do bicep curls for the first set, and then the second set, you'll either do external rotation or lateral raise. So, gets a little confusing because doing it, there's no coordination with this. Your body's doing two things that doesn't coordinate well, but so it's a good cognitive exercise. So let's do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And with this, we're going to do seated leg lifts. Nothing fancy today. We're just going to do bringing our leg up. You'll notice that my foot is really flexed, so I get contraction in my quad. If you don't feel it in your quad, your foot is not flexed enough. We're just going to do 10 per side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch to the other leg. So, foot really flexed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of slow marches in bicep curls, or you're doing one or the other, bicep curls or lateral raises or external rotations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our last set of leg raises, leg extensions. Still keeping them nice and straight today. We're just, doing some basic stuff today that we haven't done in a while. So foot flexed, bringing your leg up. 1, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And switch to the other leg. Foot, flex your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to do triceps and stepping over to sleeping dog. We haven't done that in a long time. I think it's time we do those again. So we're going to do triceps first, however. Grab your weights. Same position as bent over rows. Bend your knees, bend at the hip, neutral spine. Keep your head in line with your spine. If you look diagonally in front of you. That will keep your head where it should be. Arms up at the side, and they're also close to your body. They shouldn't be out here. And just extend back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And put your weights at the side. We are going to do stepping over to sleeping dog. A little refresher because it's been a while since we've done this. They're an exaggerated side and front lunge. You could hold on lightly to the weight, lightly to your chair. You're going to pick your leg up high, and then you're going to bring it back high. And you're going to go to the front, high, and high. If you could do it without holding on, that's great, but you be safe. Whatever you do, we're going to do 10 per side. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And your heart rate should be up a little bit. So let's do our last set of tricep extensions. So bend at the knee, at the hip, arms up, elbows close to your body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're done with the weights for today. So you can put those away. We have one more set of stepping over to sleeping dog. 1. Get that leg up as high as you can. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My heart rate is up. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I just have to mop my face off. Don't sit down, take a little break. My glasses are sliding down my face. Keep moving, don't sit down. So we're gonna do one set of calf raises and heel rocks. So you're gonna roll up on your toes and rock back on your heels. You know, I wanna offer all of you advice that I get from training people one-on-one. And I have a client who really can't get his heels up. stand-in, but he can get them up seated, and you can actually get that contraction in his calf. If you feel like you're not getting that, you could do this seated. So you would just bring your toes up and rock, brought back on your heels and bring your toes up. You can get the same work, maybe a little bit better if you have issues, some neuropathy or other issues where you can't really feel what's going on. You may try it seated. So we're going to do it standing if you can, and we're going to do 15. 1, rolling up on your heels, rolling up on your toes and rocking back on your heels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So we're going to do some tandem walks. If you haven't noticed, this is much more like a traditional workout that I do. So it's nice to go back to the beginning sometimes. So we're going to do 5 walks to the front and 5 walks back, not looking down at your toes or on the ground. Head straight ahead. Use a wall if you need to, and use your arms. But start off with great posture, your core engaged, your shoulders down and back. So we're going to do 5 forward and 5 back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this time with a knee lift, if you can. If that's not good for you, do a regular tandem walk. And also remember, you could give yourself space between your heel and your toe or offset your feet. Whatever is safest for you, that's the priority, that you're doing this safely. And so let's do knee raises if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And backwards, keeping your head up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to do a little walk, turning our head side to side next to a wall. If you feel a little dizzy, that's okay. Hold on if you need to. We're just going to go very slow. I'm not counting. I'm going to do this before I disappear off the camera. And then I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to do that one more time. You don't have to. If you feel like you've had enough, you've had enough. So and I think that's good. So we've been doing working on our glute muscles, our medial glute and our minimus, doing with a band across our leg. Today we're just going to do regular side leg lifts, which you all are familiar with. We're going to do 15 reps. We're only going to do 1 set, holding on to the chair or wall. Couple of directions. So you want to imagine that your hip stays square to the front. So you're not bringing your leg out and turning your hip. Your hip stays square to the front. Your toe stays square to the front. You're not going to do a turnout if you're a dancer. Try to keep it nice and straight. If you feel like you're going to lift to one side or the other, please hold on so you're up nice and straight. So keep your core engaged. We're doing 15 reps. All right, I'm going to hold on actually. It's been a while since we've done this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to do this sideways to show you that I'm keeping my leg in line with the other foot. It's not up here or back here, or I'm not moving it around. So let's do the last one. Did I just do 10 for that one? If you were in person, you'd have told me. So we have to do 5 more. I meant to do 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's do that last one. I'm doing it sideways so you can see that I'm not moving my leg. It's in line with the other foot, keeping my hip squared forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And that supporting leg is fatigue because it's working hard to keep you upright. So the ball between your knees. We're going to squeeze in and pull our belly button in for 10 reps. You're sitting up tall, your arms are just hanging at the side. I want to make sure you're breathing. So take a big inhale and exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we're going to do some rotations. We're going to do 20, so we get 10 per side, but we're alternating, and you're going to keep the pressure on the ball for the entire time. So keep pressure on the ball, you're breathing, and you're rotating. 1 from your waist, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check to make sure you have pressure on the ball. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I'm just going to turn this to the side. I'm going to put it behind you. You're going to slide back until there's a lot of pressure on the ball. And we're just going to roll back for 10, keeping our core engaged. You're not going far back, and you notice that my head is moving with my shoulder. I'm not leaving my head up here as I roll back. So you can let your arms hang at the side. 1, 2, keeping your belly button pulled in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's do the opposite. We're just going to roll forward for 10 from the bottom of your shoulder blades, not your waist. And so this is a very subtle move. You're not really going that far. So you're just rolling forward for 1, keeping your belly button pulled in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And one more core work. We're gonna do a dead bug, seated dead bug with the ball. So there's a lot of pressure on the ball. You're keeping your belly button pulled in, your core engaged the entire time. One arm up and the opposite knee for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we have a couple of things to do before we stretch. We're going to do rock the boat. Haven't done that one in a long time. So your chair is close to you or the wall in case you need to hold on. You have a nice wide stance. And this is a movement side to side. You start going through your midline. And we're going to pick our feet up, alternating for 10, but nice and slow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And standing up nice and tall, we're going to do single leg stance. We're going to do a 10 count. Perfect posture, look straight ahead. Actually find a focal point and keep your eyes on it so that will help you maintain your single leg stance. Core engage, do whatever you need to do with your arms. We're just going to count to 10, actually 12. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I had to fight for that one. Let's do the last one, the last side. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to stretch. Always a good part of the workout when we get to stretch. So remember all that work we did on posture and core strength. You're going to still be cognizant of that during our stretch. And actually, you are cognizant of that throughout the day in all of the things that you do, even sitting using a computer. So, especially sitting using a computer. So, one leg out, your foot is flexed. So, you're sitting towards the end of the chair. So, you're getting a hamstrings and a calf stretch. If you could reach your toe, pull it towards your face. We're taking several deep breaths for each hold. And switch to the other leg. And sit up, cross one leg over, sitting up tall. Just pull gently on the outside of your knee for a hip stretch. And then we're going to switch to a figure 4. Cross your leg up, push gently on the inside of your knee and lean forward. This stretches deep into your glutes. And switch to the other leg. Stretch our hips first. And figure 4. And lower back, keep your back nice and neutral, not rounding. So go as far over as you can. This is a gentle stretch for your lower back. And now shift over to one leg and stretch the side of your lower back. and over to the other side. So let's stretch. I'm going to do a seated hip flexor. If you want to do this standing, go ahead. So both legs are at 90 degrees. The front leg is, I'm sitting facing my right side. So my right leg is over the front, my left leg is in the back. If you could extend your leg a little bit more, that would be great. Just try to tilt that back leg, that hip forward to get a stretch in the hip down into your quads. That was a lot of explaining for something we do all the time. And let's switch to the other leg. That feels good. And let's do my favorite stretch. So your hips are below your feet are below your hips, your hands on the chair. And now just push your hips away from your hands for a posterior stretch. And slowly come up, arms out to the side, bring your arms behind you. So you get a stretch across your shoulders and your chest. And move your head gently left to right. And arm circles or shoulder rolls if you don't want to bring your arms up. And actually, let's do some shoulder rolls. And thank you guys so much. So remember, I am not here next week. I will be back in 2 weeks. Have a wonderful 2 weeks and take care. Have a good weekend. Stay dry.